So how do you connect with these boys during this COVID situation? You'll have
Uh,
some activity program for them, or how do you, because they shouldn't become, like just sitting at home. So do you have any activity program for them?
yes, we are having an online training program. So although, for footballers, the best thing is to go out on the field and then do the thing you love to do. But looking at the situation, just keeping them at home ideal also is not good. So we have respective coaches of the team, and we have the physiotherapists, we have the sports scientists preparing individual program for them and handing it out to them. And then we have video sessions where we divide them into groups and then try to keep them occupied with some physical activities.
That's really nice, and I think all we coaches are busy connecting online.
Yes, I think it's blessing in disguise in a way. It's difficult situation that we can't go out and meet each other, but at least we can connect online thanks to technology and internet.
Exactly. So, there are a lot of coaches like Coach Zakir Hussain has said hi to you. Then Chitra Gangadharan has also said hi to you. And a couple of other coaches who have joined us there are D-licensed coaches as well as, senior coaches also on the group. And you can just say hi to them.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Hello Zakir and Chitra ma'am. They are good friends, and Chitra ma'am, we have always learned from her during my Bangalore days. So she still inspires us a lot.
That's nice. And so how was your life because you have always been with academy, right? And I think Reliance is for under 15 or under 18, the academy.
Much lower than that. The boys are inducted in the academy at the age of 11 plus. So we have under 12 team, age group team, start from under 12, under 13, under 14, under 16 and under 18. So these are the 5 age group teams we have. So I think by the time we bring them at the age of 16, 15, I think it's too late. So since we don't have a very strong grassroots activities nationwide, so we try to get the best talent available possible from our perspective, then bring them here by age of 11, and some come as early as 10 years. If we see them that talented enough, good boys, then 10 plus also they are picked.
That's nice. So how was it? Because in Tata Academy you had a other age group, right? So how did you adapt yourself from Tata Academy in handling the youngsters over here? These are really we can say they are babies of football, we can say. So how did you transform yourself and adapt yourself to that situation?
Even while working in Tata, the boys come in at the age of 16, and then they stay there till the age of 20. I think 20, that's a good time for the boys to go out. I'm talking from Indian angle, because if you leave them at the age of very early, if they go out to the club, they might struggle a bit. But it's two different things here. The boys come in very early, so handling children of that age, definitely needs good experience and good understanding of how those boys of that age learn and adapt to the new environment. I think there's two different things, and we need to have good experience in that. So even while in Tata, I think although we are working with the elite boys, elite groups, we had that feeder center. We used to call it feeder center. It was started in and around Tata areas, in the nearby areas. So the centers were started of under 10, under 12, under 13. And we used to visit them from time to time, and then had some, maybe it's a first-hand experience working with the younger age boys. We already had that in Tata.
So, at which age did you start your career?
You mean as a player or as a coach?
As a player.
And as a player, if you say in Northeast, football comes naturally to everyone, and that's the first love for every growing up children. So we start very early. When you are small, we start, but not in a very structured way. There is no coaches there in your locality. We just play with our local boys. So it's played everywhere in Northeast. That's one of the advantages of the Northeastern boys. Football is we start playing at a very early age. So exactly what age I can't recollect, but I think we're very young to recollect those starting moments.
So at which age did you, was your first experience, in playing for an I-League team or, in a professional side?
Those days there was no I-League and no National League. So even there was no National League. When I started, I was very young then. I was 18 years when I joined Mahindra and Mahindra then. Now it became Mahindra United, and the team is disbanded. But it was 1995 when I joined Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay, that's nice. And what about because there are so many other positions you could have selected. So what inspired you to pick up the goalkeeping position?
Okay, and that's the first question many people ask, looking at my size also, because I'm not, even during my playing days, I was not the tallest goalkeeper, to be honest. So I was always considered the shorter ones. So, but I think during my school days, I used to be in a gymnastic group as well. So I used to do a lot of gymnastic, and then that agility and acrobatics, those comes naturally to you then. So I think that helped me in developing as a goalkeeper when I was small. So I think, but from very early age, we used to play in multiple positions. Sometimes we play as a forward, till the age of, I think I decided to be a goalkeeper when I was in class 7, I think when I was in class 7. Before that, it was, whatever position you get, we play. So we used to have our own local teams, and we used to arrange matches with each other and go and play, and they come and play like that in a locally in my village. So, but I think after class 7, I decided to be a goalkeeper.
Okay, and you continued being that. So was there any moment you started crying, you just wanted to give up goalkeeping? Because, I'm sure the guys who are not able, they always keep bouncing on the goalkeepers. I've seen that in my own team also. So how did you overcome that situation, and how did you continue to be as a goalkeeper?
I think when I joined Mahindra, it was the first experience playing, and I was a young boy playing with senior players, like in the team those days. Santosh Kashyap, they were in the team, So we went for a tournament. That was my first tournament in Calicut. We went for a tournament, Site Nagzi tournament. That was my first tournament after joining Mahindra and Mahindra, and we played against two big teams, JCT and Kerala Police. They were the top teams of the country those days, and the two matches, we lost very badly. Considered the big number of goals. I don't want to tell you the numbers. So it was very demoralizing, after two games, conceding big number of goals and being knocked out of the tournament. And then I was very upset, and I cried. And this senior players like Santosh Kashyap, they really motivated me. Everybody knows he's a very jolly person, and he always crack jokes and make everybody smile in the dressing room. So being the senior, so one thing he told me, winning and losing is a part of game. The world doesn't end here. Everybody have a bad game. If you consider this many number of goals, but we are equally to be blamed. The entire team is responsible for that defeat. You are not alone to be blamed. I think that really helped me, to regain myself, and there are many more tournaments to come. This is just the beginning. So I think that really helped me to regain myself.
So when you were a player, who was your, a role model? Maybe say which player did you follow mostly? You as a player.
When I first watched the World Cup, it was Mexico 1986 World Cup. So those days we never used to get the live matches. We used to get the recordings from a nearby state where there was a TV connection. Then the cassette used to come to our place, and we used to play the cassette in VCR, video cassette recorder. We used to watch those World Cup games. paying ticket system those days. I think Mexican goalkeeper Jose Campos, I think looking at his size, he was just my size. Maybe he's a little one shorter than me. And playing at that level, playing at World Cup level. So many people will discourage you, like, you don't have height, you cannot make it big. So I think the taller one will always be preferred. But when I saw him playing at that level, short guy playing at the World Cup, and he performed. He was exceptional at the World Cup. So I think that was really inspiring, and I really used to follow him.
That's nice. So how did you become as a coach now?
Okay. Yes, I did. It's always transition was very good, very smooth, I would say. I was playing in Bangalore with HAL, and I was contemplating retirement. It's time to say, you cannot perform as you used to perform before. So then the Shillong Lajong, they came into I-League, the first team from the Northeast to be in the I-League. They qualified for the I-League, and they were looking for some experienced guys to mentor the younger player. So although I was registered as a player and part of the coaching staff, not without any coaching license. So I was training the goalkeepers, and at the same time, the first season I played some games, luckily, and then slowly the youngsters, they took over. And next year, I was surprised, and I was happy also that the club offered me a long-term contract. Then I was surprised, I'm at the end of my career. I'm getting a long-term contract.
Okay.
And then, I was told that, they'll look at me as a future coach or part of the coaching staff for the team. And, then really I was surprised, and then I was really happy to know that they thought of me in that way. So then while in Shillong, while still playing, and somehow I did my C license there, because those days we used to have that age limit. You have to finish your C license before 35 years of age. Nowadays we don't have that age restriction. So I was 34 years, almost going to be 35, and completing 35. After that I won't be able to do any license. So while still playing, I did my C license there, and they allowed me to do that. I'm happy for that. And then that's how it started. It started from Shillong Lajong.
So which age do you think a goalkeeper, the kid can start becoming as a goalkeeper? Which age is the ideal for becoming a goalkeeper?
You cannot say that this is the right age. Some kids, they pick up, it's in the genes. If you look at Casper Schmeichel, you have a lot of videos you can see when he was as old as 4 years, 5 years, he was putting on his gloves and going out with his dad, Peter Schmeichel, and he already picked goalkeeping at that age. But I think why we say that at the age of maybe 12 to 13 years is the ideal age of picking up, choosing to be a goalkeeper, because if you start too early as a goalkeeper, then you miss out on the elements of the technical ability as an outfield player. So that's the demand of the modern football now. So till the age of 11 in a grassroots football, there's a rotation of position. Players are allowed to play in multiple positions they want to. And then in the process, if there's a system in place, then you need to identify that this is the right boy to be a goalkeeper. And then it depends on the individual, whether he wants to be a goalkeeper or he wants to be an outfield player. So looking at the grassroots activities of playing in all positions, so 12 to 13 years is an ideal position to specialize.
Okay. So how because you said you used to watch the matches in VCR and all that, right, when you were as a player. So how was the training before that, and how is the training done now?
If you remember, during our time, goalkeeper training means the team will make a circle, put the goalkeeper in the middle, and you start shooting from all directions. The main idea is, if the goalkeeper misses the ball, it doesn't go out, and there's already a circle. And that used to be kind of goalkeeper training, and then it was not very structured. There was no scientific methods were used. So it was very different, you can say. Now, if I look back at some of the exercises we did during our playing days, and even as a coach, when I started coaching without undergoing this coaching license, then it gives me, I look back and smile. How we have been doing this. So the more you upgrade yourself and try to learn new things, it definitely helps the new generations.
So what is the modern way of training the goalkeepers? Because there are a lot of coaches out over here who are just starting to become they're not into goalkeeping, but still, it gives us a lot of idea because every team doesn't have a goalkeeper coach.
Yeah.
So the head coach has to become. In fact, I wanted to know how to train a goalkeeper because women's team how it is, so we don't get a chance for the goalkeeping. So that's how, with my interest, I went and did my goalkeeping course over there. But then it gave me a lot of strength, and because I was able to train my defenders much better.
Okay. Training goalkeepers, definitely it's nowadays it's become a specialization. So of course, anybody can go for the level 1 to get the basic idea of how goalkeepers learn. But again, training goalkeepers, if you have played as a goalkeeper, there's always an advantage, and it will definitely help the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper have certain mental things, which we call it the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. So something like that, if you have played that position, then you will understand the difficulty of the goalkeeper. You will understand his pressure, and then in many ways, a goalkeeper coach will be able to help the goalkeeper. So I would suggest, to have a goalkeeping coach. Every academy should have a goalkeeping coach. For the senior team, of course, they have all the facilities, but I think academy and the youth level is where they need them the most.
So, there is always a problem because I've spoken to many of the goalkeeper coaches. So they always say, there is a problem between the head coach and them. So how can we solve this problem
Because,
the coordination problem, because the head coach, he doesn't, sometimes the head coaches are very nice. They discuss everything with the goalkeeper coach, but there are a few incidents where they give it in the last moment or whatever they wanted to do out on the field. So then it becomes a problem for the goalkeepers also. So how can we sort out this problem?
No, first of all, the goalkeeper coaches in modern football, they are not just the goalkeeper coaches. They are football coaches with a specialization in goalkeeping. So they also need to understand football, and they also have to look from head coach perspective, what he wants from the goalkeeper and what is the methodology, what is the principles, what are the philosophy of the coach. Once you understand that, you need to work with the head coach and understand what is his requirement. Then you plan accordingly. You cannot go there and plan your things and the head coach doesn't agree with you, because if the team wins, a team doesn't perform, head coach is the first one to get the boot. So we need to understand that, head coach, of course, nowadays, head coach also understands the importance of goalkeeping coach. They will also discuss with but you cannot do your own thing. If you are working with a senior team, you have to discuss with the head coach, try to know what is the program. If you understand that, okay, this is his program and this is the time I'm going to get with my goalkeeper. If you build a good understanding and relationship, maybe you can ask for a little more time. You need to ask it from the coach. Coach, can I have more time? Or else if you have less time, maybe you can come a little bit early before the team arrives and do your own thing. And then after that, the team comes and then we integrate the team and the goalkeeper together. So in that way, there won't be any friction and, both has to work together.
That's nice, because I think when you say they both have to work, so how can a goalkeeper coordinate with the defense line?
I think
it's an important understanding, right, between the defense line and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, if there's any team where the goalkeeper and the defense doesn't have a coordination, then that team will never win. Because if you score 10 goals, you will be conceding 11 goals. So it's very important, the goalkeeper and goalkeeper. That's why when we talk about psychological character of the goalkeeper, that we look for a leader in them. He needs to be leader there, because he has to control the defense. At the same time, they have to work together. So they need to build that good understanding. So if the head coach allows, or there's a defending sessions, the goalkeeping coach must always be involved with the team coach, and then stay around and discuss with the defenders what they find difficult from the goalkeeper, and from the goalkeepers what they find difficult from the defenders. Then there has to be a discussion. There has to coaches, as a goalkeeping coach, you need to understand that what's the gap in between these two groups. So you have to fix that. So once there's a good understanding and you stop leaking goals, job done.
And even in case of the distribution, goalkeeper distribution is very important, right? So can you throw some highlights on that?
Yeah, in every course we go, when you describe a goalkeeper, first thing we read, or we always say is, the goalkeeper is the last line of defense, but at the same time they're the first line of attack. So for any team to have a good attacking flair, they need to keep the ball first. To keep the ball first, the goalkeeper must be involved. In modern football, there are a lot of examples, not just one player. If you look at Liverpool in the English Premier League and the Manchester City, when Pep joined Manchester City, he started changing a lot of players. Joe Hart was, he had to go because he was not fitting into his style of play. And then he started bringing in players who is more comfortable with their feet, and then who can join the team in attack. So the attack distribution part is very important for the goalkeeper. So in modern football, the goalkeeper must be comfortable with the feet. So even in Indian football, if you look at FC Goa last year, you look at Mohammad Nawaz, he's also not the tallest goalkeeper, but he had a very good season because he's very comfortable with his feet, and then he's quite confident. So he really fit well with the style of play the coach wanted, and then he has a great season. So I think the distribution plays a big role in if you want to see a team with a good attacking play. If the goalkeeper is not very good in distribution, it's difficult.
So normally the goalkeepers, they there are situations like where, like as you said, like you also had that situation where the senior players encouraged you and you came up. So how can one goalkeeper motivate himself?
You have to always I think I always keep telling, every goal is not a goalkeeper's mistake. So if you start taking blame on yourself, it will be very difficult. So if there's a goal happening, that means there's a series of mistakes happen ahead of you. The ball was allowed to come through midfield, and midfield allowed to come to defense, and defenders allowed it to penetrate, and then ultimately you concede it. So it's not entirely your mistake. So goalkeeper has to realize that, of course there are some blunders, ball slips through your hands. It happens sometimes. But if you take the blame on yourself, it will be very, very difficult to come out of that. So, and then when you make one mistake, you have to remember that I'm saving the team also at times. So sometimes ups and downs is there. So you have to take it in your stride, and you have to be very strong mentally.
So for a normal player, the fear factor is more. But as a goalkeeper, especially when it comes to a tiebreaker moment, so the fear is doubled. So how to overcome that type of fear, because once the goalkeeper is entering the ground itself, there is a lot of fear. And when during the end of the match, like she gets he or she gets glued into that, and then end of the match, then there is a penalty shots which has to be taken. So how can a goalkeeper come out of that fear?
I think that situation is the best moment for the goalkeepers to become a hero. So even if you concede, the ratio of percentage of saving chances and conceding, because the chances of conceding is more because it's penalty and it's a big area, and the striker have more options to score. So goalkeeper have very less percentage of saving it. So in a way, you have nothing to lose there. So you have to think from that angle. If I save it, then I'm the hero. But if I don't save it, it's a penalty. After all, the striker has more angles to score. So you have to again believe that I can be a hero in this situation. So yes, penalty is one of the best moments for goalkeepers to become a hero. So there is no pressure at all.
So now you being a coach, so who is your role model coach?
I think as a coach, I attended a tutorship course under Frans Hoek from Netherlands. He was a goalkeeping coach for Manchester United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and the Dutch national team. So looking at his profile, his background, the club he worked with, the way he motivates the goalkeeper, and when I attended the tutorship course under him, I really learned a lot from him, and then still a lot to learn. But I think he's as a goalkeeping coach, he's my role model.
So there is one question from Sunayan, and yes, obviously you have answered what will be the right age to start the goalkeeping. I think he has joined us a little late, but he has another question also. How can a goalkeeper learn both goalkeeping and outfield techniques?
As we said, like when they are in a grassroots stage below 12 years of age, so they are rotated. So they play as outfield player, they play as a goalkeeper. So and slowly, it's all about scouting now. You cannot just pick someone who cannot kick the ball at all and try to make him a goalkeeper. Then definitely he will struggle with his feet. So we need to try to balance both things. And of course, playing with feet is important. So in the training sessions, you have to always encourage the goalkeeper to. One thing I would add here is, when I look at I try to move here and there and see kids playing in the tournaments, the school tournaments here. Still, I see when there's a goal kick, the defenders always comes and take the goal kick because the goalkeeper is not strong enough to kick it very long. So I think we need to encourage the goalkeepers to do it from a very early age. He will learn, he will make mistake, maybe he will not kick it long, but by doing that, he will slowly gain confidence. Some of the coaches say that if I allow the goalkeeper to take the goal kick, the ball will not go far and there will be immediate attack and we concede the goal. But we need to remember at that age, it's not about winning. We should not be worrying about the team then. We should be worrying about individuals. Now we have to help that individual, one who is standing in the lonely in the goal post, to also use his feet and encourage them to even if you make mistake, allow them to play out. And in that process, the goalkeeper will learn. And of course, in the training sessions, if there's a goalkeeping coach, we do a lot of training, which is not just catching balls, with playing with feet also. The way the outfield players do the technical ball mastery, even the goalkeeper also should be a part of those ball mastery sessions.
When you speak about this, then I remember the under 14 team which I had taken on Pune District Football Association. And the goalkeeper, because we, how the selection happens, right? 10 days only we get to train. So, I told the goalkeeper, why don't you come out and take the kick and why don't you go up and score because you're good in that. She said, no, my coach has already told me I am supposed to stay within the box. Then I had to show her the videos where the goalkeeper has actually gone out to take a corner, to meet a corner or, to take a free kick and all that. Then she started doing it. So I think, the coaches need to start educating the goalkeepers about that. And those olden days, as you said, that it is all gone, that goalkeepers have to stay in their own den.
Yeah, I think the tournament we had last year here in Mumbai, with this Premier League's academies, they came down and played here. And in one of the games, the Leicester team, they conceded very early because they wanted to play out from the back. The goalkeeper played out and the ball was intercepted in the very first minute and they conceded a goal. The coaches never said anything. Our coaches would have started screaming at the goalkeeper. So I think that's where I think sometimes we need to be very, we need to really understand how goalkeepers, their mentality. So they never said anything. They kept on doing that. he made 2-3 more mistakes, but I kept on doing that, till the last minute. It's how structured they are. So here also we need to encourage the goalkeepers, even if there is a mistake, even if there's a goal being conceded, we need to understand it's not about winning, it's not about the team, it's about player development. So we have to take that very seriously, I feel.
So thank you so much for spending the evening with us, and encourage. We have learned a lot. You being over here, and it's a really privilege for us to have you over here and learn a lot of things apart from whatever the other courses are there. But talking live and getting the information what we needed is it goes directly into our mind. And so thank you so much for helping us out. And yes, and your words for the viewers.
Thanks. First of all, thanks for having me, and it's always good to talk about football. And if it's about goalkeeping, I don't say that I know everything about goalkeeping, but whatever I have learned and whatever I know, I think the more I share, I think the more joy I get. So I think it's always good to talk goalkeeping. So everybody, thanks for tuning in, and some of you, I think we have already discussed, I know them personally. So thanks for tuning in. Stay safe and have a healthy life.
So thank you so much for being with us, and please stay safe, and convey my regards to your family also.
Thanks Kalpana, and you too, take care and stay safe.